Hey, DirtFarmerJay here from DirtFarmerJay.com. Has the weather stripping on your door seen better days? Has the dog tore into it? Perhaps the sun's beat it up, or it's just not doing the job anymore? Well, it's a lot easier to repair, replace than you think. Stay tuned and I'll show you how. Hey, DirtFarmerJay here from DirtFarmerJay.com. It's highly likely that the doors in your home were actually what's called pre-hung units. If it's not a historical house and it's been built in the last, let's say, 40 to 50 years, many times the door unit itself was pre-hung, and they use what was called a kerf-cut weather strip that is mounted inside the door and the edge over here. This strip goes into a slot that's cut along the edge here. But over time, as you can see, it starts to give up the ghost. This has been hit with paint a couple times. A lot of sun exposure. And how about this right up here? Look at this. It's really giving up the ghost there, right? So to replace this, it's really pretty easy to do. Now, the first thing you need to do, though, before you pull out all this strip, is just to pull out one section. And I would recommend either the side or the header and take it to your home center to make sure that you get an exact match. You should know we attempted one time to demonstrate this to find out what I had in hand from the local home center. The blade that's on the back of it was way too skinny and it would not stay in the slot. So we'd put it in and would just fall out. So I had to actually go online, buy a little bit bigger slot blade, and I've put that link down below in case you have the same situation where you can buy this a set of two sides and what's called a header. But with that in mind, once you start to remove all this, this is pretty easy. This is removal. Get a putty knife behind it, pull that out and start to get it to move. There we go. And you can see the knife blade right there. I'm just gonna move that out and that whole thing is gonna come out. There's the piece, and you can kind of see the knife blade edge right here that has to be, the new one has to be thick enough with enough width across it to grab in the slot that's behind. So we're gonna go ahead and drop that off. We've actually gotten the new one ready to go. I'm gonna pull the header here for the same way, and we'll just get putty knife behind it and pull. And there you go. As it comes out, there's now the header. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll do one last one here, which again, I'm gonna put the putty knife right here, rotate, and you can see it start to pull out the blade on the hinge side as well. And now we're gonna just pull that all out, all the way down, and now we have disposed of these. Now, in one other set, what happened right down the bottom, the dog we had at the time, really from time to time would like to try to get out, and it just tore this right up. So if that happens around your place, here's the easy fix, and you can actually keep a couple of these spares to repair it when it gets to a point you go, I can't look at that anymore. All right, so here's the new material, and you can see the shape of it here. It's got fins on the end here, so that's wide enough to wedge into the slot. This is the part that's going to compress against the door, sealing the gap around the door. Now, this is bought online at the link I told you about that's down in the description below. And so it came coiled up. And so you're looking and going, well, that's not going to work. Actually, it'll be fine because as we put it into place, it'll relax and it'll gain a new memory. So the next thing we need to do is measure side to side up here, all the way from the outside corner to the outside corner, not this corner, the one back up in here, and put in a piece that runs from side to side. This is called the header. We're gonna put the header in first, then the two sides are gonna come up and butt up under it as though they were holding it up, even though they're not. But that's just great protocol. Okay, so let's just go ahead and measure that from corner to corner. And what I've got is right at 32 inches. So I call it 32 inches strong. Let's go ahead and cut a piece 32 inches and we'll get it installed. Okay, we now have our 32-inch piece there cut. And now we're gonna just insert the knife edge. So this is in such a way that it mashes against the door. So here we go. Okay, our first piece is installed. Now we'll go ahead and measure down the side and put our other piece in. We'll measure one of the side legs right here. down the bottom where we want it to go, which is right up against the threshold. We can go off to the side a little bit, and it's reading right at 80 inches. All right, we've cut this to 80 inches. As we orient it, we need to make sure this goes to the outside that way, that we don't somehow install it backwards with this like cup point coming to the front here. This is what comes to the front always, right there is the round part like this, okay? Now that you've got it oriented the right direction here, let's start at the bottom down here. We're gonna put that down in the kerf and push it down. Get that in the kerf, and then just start putting it home. You can also take a block of wood and just tap it along here, if you prefer to do that, or just press it in. Then all you do is repeat the same on the other side. Press that in, you're able to close the door. Now you have a new seal, it looks great, and the door is sealed better and more weatherproof. And the next time you need to service it, no big deal. Here's another thing that a lot of people want to know how to do in taking care of their doors. Check out this video where we show you how to replace a front door lock set. It's a lot easier than you think, and it'll go quickly. Check it out. Next time you'll be ready for that job. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay from Dirt Farmer Jay, enjoying a much better door setup.